The app flashed green, unlocked from inside. I eased the door open a few inches. Mom, Iris, stood there, mascara streaked down her face. Eli blurted, "You left him freezing outside," and screamed like a lunatic. Behind her, Dad, Larry, loomed with crossed arms, his face red from the drive. "Open it all the way. You're the oldest. Start acting like it." I stepped back, letting the door swing wide. "Come in." They brushed past me, Mom sniffling, Dad's eyes sweeping the room as if expecting wreckage. My laptop glowed on the desk. NFT counter frozen at 87% minted. I closed it softly. "Sit," I said, gesturing to the chair and the bed. They didn't. Mom wiped her nose. "He was shaking when we got home. Said you refused to help him, then locked yourself in." I opened the security app, pulled up the hallway footage from yesterday, and turned the screen toward them. Eli's face filled it, red, pounding, shouting. Crystal clear audio, demands for money, insults, threats. Dad's jaw stiffened. Mom's hand flew to her mouth. "You recorded your parents," she whispered. "In our own house? That's betrayal." I shook my head. "The camera's in the hallway, common area. It caught Eli, not you." Grandma Evelyn appeared in the doorway, robe tied tight, eyes sharp despite the hour. "I heard everything from my room," she said evenly. "Every word. He lied to you both." Mom turned away but couldn't meet her gaze. Dad stared at the carpet. Neither spoke. The silence hung thick and heavy. I let it. Finally, Dad cleared his throat. "That still doesn't excuse locking your brother out." "He has a key," I said. "And a car. He wanted $200 and a ride at 2 a.m. I said no. Mom's lips trembled. "Family helps family. Family doesn't bully," Grandma Evelyn cut in. "I raised you better than to reward tantrums, Iris." Mom flinched at her name. Dad shifted uneasily, avoiding the looping video. Eli's fist, his mouth, his retreat. I closed the app. I'm not apologizing for defending my work or my peace. Dad's eyes flicked to the laptop. "This art thing, it's taking over your life." "It's paying my bills," I said flatly, "and his until yesterday." Mom reached toward me, then pulled back. "We almost called the police on you." Grandma Evelyn snorted. "Over a locked door?" Dad rubbed the back of his neck. "Eli's upset. He feels abandoned. He feels entitled," I corrected. The hallway light cast long shadows across the carpet. Mom's crying slowed to soft hiccups. Dad looked suddenly older, lines deeper, shoulders sagging. Grandma Evelyn stepped farther into the room. "You two should sleep on it." "Face final message," report filed. "Cybercrime Division notified. Expect police contact." I lay back, staring at the ceiling. The project dashboard glared at me. 0 sales. Router log showed a 2:47 a.m. login from IP 192.168.1.105. Eli's laptop. I copied everything into a new encrypted folder titled Hack01. A message blinked from the community manager. "We believe you're reserving listings for the relaunch." A small relief. Grandma Evelyn rose from her chair. "Rest if you can," she said softly. "Tomorrow we rebuild." She left. I shut the laptop, but the alert sounds kept pulsing in my mind. At 9:15, a firm knock broke the morning stillness, 3 even taps. Mom's voice drifted upstairs. "Violet, the police are here." I quickly saved the relaunch files, closed the laptop, and went down. Officer Harris stood in the foyer, badge catching the chandelier's light, notebook ready. Mid-40s, tall, steady eyes. "Wellness check," he said, tipping his hat slightly. "Your parents said you might be unstable, potential self-harm or danger to others." Dad hovered behind him, arms crossed. Mom twisted her hands nervously. I offered a calm, faint smile. "Officer, please come to my room. I'd like to show you something." He nodded and followed. My parents shadowed us up the stairs. Inside, I pointed to the desk chair. He sat. I opened the security app first. Hallway footage, time-stamped. Eli's shouting, fists, insults. Then the room feed, me locked in working. Next, the encrypted folder, Twitter hack logs, matching IP, deleted tweets, screenshots of fake posts, refund confirmations from the marketplace. Officer Harris scrolled, expression unchanged. This is comprehensive. Down the hall, Eli's door creaked open. Barefoot, hair disheveled, t-shirt wrinkled. "What's going on?" he muttered. "Sir, step back," the officer ordered. Eli ignored him, glaring in. "She called the cops on me?" Officer Harris stood up. "False reporting. Cyber harassment. Account compromise." They exchanged a quick glance before calling Eli downstairs. He came pounding down the steps, grabbed the envelope, and ripped it open. As his eyes skimmed the words, the color drained from his face. "You're suing me?" he asked. "Not yet," I replied from the doorway. "That's a formal notice. Pay up or it goes to court." Dad's hand tightened around his coffee mug until it creaked. "This ends today, Eli. We're done bankrolling your disasters. No more allowance, no car insurance, no roof over your head if you pull another stunt." Mom's voice shook, but her resolve held. 30 days. Find a job, find a place. We're cutting you off. Eli's mouth opened, then closed again. "You can't." "We can," Dad said flatly. "And we are." Grandma Evelyn appeared in the hallway, steadying herself on her cane. "He needs this," she said quietly. "It's about time." Eli stormed back upstairs. All afternoon, boxes thudded across the ceiling. That evening, my phone lit up. It was Eli. I let it go to voicemail. 3 messages came, first furious, then desperate, finally breaking down. "Sis, I'm sorry. I screwed up. Please don't do this." I'd blocked his number. Faye texted, letter served. Parents signed. Eviction enforced. Legend. Collect that $4K. The lawyer followed up. No payment in 14 days. File in small claims. I dropped the email into my evidence folder. A hesitant knock. "Mom." "We saw the loans," she whispered. "Years of them. We enabled him." Dad's tone was gruff. 30 days start now." By morning, Eli's friends showed up hauling out his gaming rig, monitors, and cables into a truck. He wouldn't meet my eyes. From the porch, Grandma Evelyn watched in silence. "Consequences taste bitter," she murmured, "but they teach." By day 10, his room was bare. Posters gone. Closet empty. He tried calling Mom, blocked. Dad blocked. A last text from a new number, "I hate you." Blocked again. The house exhaled. No slammed doors, no shouting, no tension. The lawyer updated me, no response. Proceeding to file. I submitted the claim, $4,000 plus fees. Mom baked apology cookies, left them at my door. I ate one. Dad fixed the hallway camera himself, tightened the screws. Eli was crashing at a friend's, supposedly job hunting. Grandma Evelyn raised her teacup in a toast. Boundaries upheld. Peace returned. The 30 days passed. 6 months later, I sealed my last moving box and looked around. My brother told our parents I'd lost my mind. Mom immediately called the police, saying I was a danger to everyone at home. When they arrived, I simply smiled and said, "Come in, officer. There's something you need to see." I'm Violet Jett, 25, buried in work inside my locked bedroom office in our family's Palm Springs house, the only place I could find peace. I'd been perfecting an NFT collection for a $4,000 drop deadline, hitting at noon. Every pixel, every flicker of code needed to align flawlessly. Then the familiar ache began to pulse behind my eyes. I swallowed 2 painkillers and pushed through. A violent pounding shattered the quiet. 10:15 a.m. on a Tuesday. "Violet, open this door now. I need $200 and a ride to my interview." "Let's go." I tapped my phone screen. The smart lock clicked tight. Through the peephole feed, his face appeared, red and twisted with anger. "Your digital junk is worthless. You hide in here pretending to be an artist while the rest of us struggle. Open up or I'm breaking this door down." From next door, Grandma Evelyn's voice carried through the wall. "Don't let him push you around, sweetheart. Stand firm." He slammed his shoulder into the frame, making the wood tremble. "You'll regret this, Violet. I swear you will. Subscribe and hit the bell. You'll want to see what happens when the cop hits play." Heavy footsteps thundered down the hallway, fading toward the kitchen. I let out a shaky breath, fingers trembling above the trackpad. The NFT drop still had a heartbeat, barely. $4,000 teetered on the edge, and Eli's tantrum had almost wrecked it. I opened my security app. 2 video feeds glowed on my second monitor, one inside my room, one in the hall. Eli's furious face filled the frame, fist hammering the door just moments earlier. Now his mouth moved silently. I'd muted the audio. I hit record on both, exported the footage. First to the cloud, encrypted. Second to a USB drive hidden under my desk. Third, an email to a private burner account. 3 backups. No risks. A soft knock sounded. Grandma Evelyn eased the door open a crack, silver hair catching the lamp's glow. He's always been